Yes, indeed, folks. You're listening to Blue Please here on WoW Radio with myself, Total Biscuit. Now, I promised that I would tell you about our BlizzCon coverage. Yes, the reboot, as it were. Now, those of you who might be expecting a rant and a rave about Blizzard's behavior regarding BlizzCon, well, let's be honest, you're just going to have to wait, because at this point, I'm not willing to go into those kind of details, particularly until I get absolutely all the facts surrounding the situation. All you need to know is as follows: no fan site is allowed in any form to broadcast either video or audio more than 4 minutes uninterrupted of any panel. Yeah? Anything. Any panel whatsoever. They're also not allowed in any form to broadcast any of the panels live, in any form whatsoever, 4 minutes or otherwise. Now, the reason this really caught us off guard, and again, not going to go so in-depth with it, is that Blizzard was aware of our plans for months. We made them aware months and months ago of exactly what we were going to be doing, and indeed a week before the convention, 9 days specifically before the beginning of the convention, we get this bombshell dropped on us. Now, obviously this is somewhat demoralizing, to say the least. The staff were incredibly upset by the whole thing. I was not the happiest bunny, by any stretch of the imagination, and the things that were uttered that night shall never, ever be spoken of again. I believe, indeed, they cannot be pronounced by the human tongue. However, we are not the giving up type, as you might have imagined. And I should hopefully imagine that you've learned that over the last few years. We don't give up, and we certainly never surrender. So, we have come to not so much an agreement, but we have come to a consensus with our contacts at Blizzard as to how we can best proceed while not violating the exclusivity agreement of DirecTV. And we have put together our biggest package yet of BlizzCon coverage for you. So I'm going to tell you over the next 15 or so minutes exactly what we are going to be doing. We've got a bunch of staff going. Yeah, we have a massive crew going to BlizzCon this year using the equipment kindly donated by our donators in the BlizzCon donation drive. Thank you very much to those who donated. It's very much appreciated. It's going to help our guys out tremendously. And here's what we're going to be doing. Now, remember when I said that we are able to broadcast the panels, but only in 4-minute chunks? Well, to start with, what we can do for you is we can provide the audio from the panels with a 30-minute delay, the 30 minutes after it happens, as long as it is split up into 4-minute chunks by some kind of divider. Now, before you think, oh, well, you know, they're trying to get around the rules, we confirmed this with Blizzard, and they said it is okay. So we have this in writing. So there will be a tiny little blip or so every 4 minutes, just a little bit of a drop in. Now, that sounds a bit disappointing, and to me it kind of is as well. So, as well as this, we're going to be providing what I think is going to be the best and most exciting method of coverage that you have ever seen for BlizzCon. And I'm going to put a challenge out here right now to DirecTV. DirecTV, the guys apparently so scared of having a fan site gazump them, a fan site one-up them on their coverage, that of course they tried to invoke the exclusivity agreement. Those guys, yes, you know who they are. Well, I will say this to them. You had better watch out, and you had better be on the ball, because we are going to kick your ass all over that convention center. I kid you not. And here's what we're going to do. Because here's the advantage that we have over DirecTV, and indeed, as you've seen through the past 4 BlizzCons, every other broadcaster that has attempted to do what we do has failed monumentally. Why? Why have they failed monumentally? I will tell you exactly why they fail monumentally, and that's because they do not understand their subject matter. They are not fans of the game. They don't know what it is they're broadcasting. Therefore, they do not know what you, the fans, what you, the wider community, what 11 million players around the world want to hear. We, on the other hand, do. Oh yes, we know very keenly, we understand exactly what it is that you want, and we will provide it for you. And here is what we are going to do. We are going to combine our award-winning, legendary shows with all of the hosts that you know and love, a massive selection of new and old, coming together to broadcast BlizzCon, and they are going to be providing you with the highlights of the panels. As in, they are going to pick out all the good stuff, they're going to play it for you, you're going to hear it live on the air, recorded from the actual panel room itself, and then you're going to hear our legendary punditry, our commentary, what we are known for doing best. Better than all, and second to none. And you might be familiar with that kind of coverage. Maybe you've seen that kind of thing before, and I will tell you why. Of course you have seen it before. Of course you are familiar with that kind of coverage. Why? That's because that's what a real news organization does. That's what a real professional group does. They do their research, they understand the subject matter, and they bring on people who are experts in their field to discuss, debate, and talk about it. That is what we will be doing at BlizzCon. That is what you will be able to hear throughout the day. And I do mean throughout the day. Our studio stream will be out on the entire day, starting shortly after the opening ceremony, going on throughout the day with a rotating team of WoW Radio hosts, both new and old. They will be bringing you the very best coverage. They will be giving you exactly what you want, and more importantly perhaps than anything else, they will not be subjecting you to the spurgy rantings of a 450-pound teenager stuttering and spurting out his anger that his class got nerfed at a hall full of disinterested people and a panel of bemused and embarrassed developers. Because let's face it, who in their right mind wants to hear that? I tell you for a fact that I don't. Any sane man wouldn't. Seriously, that thing can be contagious. It's dangerous to even be in the vaguest proximity of a recording of such a thing. Indeed, our hosts themselves are taking a risk by even recording the entire thing and having to sit through it. They may become infected by the ridiculous nature of the majority of WoW players. Wouldn't that be ridiculous? That is not all, of course. By any stretch of the imagination. Indeed, after this very show, we'll be going back on with the mobile broadcasting station, mobile in the most literal sense of the word, broadcasting from Gnomewise's car. The road to BlizzCon. Oh yes, indeed. And of course the anniversary show, as mentioned earlier. But that isn't all! No, it's not! We've got more! We have more! Let me be the first to announce. It's always nice to have this privilege. It's nice to be the station owner, because I get to do this. Let me be the first to announce the return of a fan favourite in the form of Pug. Yes, indeed. With a brand new host. Yes, indeed. Undiscovered talent, as it were. Unless you, of course, listen to the radio in North Carolina, United States, where he hosts a real radio show. He goes by the name of Thunderer, also known as Vincent. He passed my most rigorous of trials, and he, I believe, will be a fantastic new host for Pug, and we will be putting him through his paces with a live Pug from the lobby of the Convention Center in Anaheim, California, on the Friday from 9 to 10 p.m. PST. And you are all welcome. Anyone going to BlizzCon, you are welcome to show up. You are welcome to come there and support, and hey, maybe even get on the mic as we bring on hosts of various podcasts and celebrities from the WoW community onto this most unique of shows, and perhaps inflict the almighty quiz upon them. You are welcome to show up. Indeed, that is the WoW Radio Meetup, doing it in the style that only we can, on the Friday, 9 to 10 PST, and everyone going to BlizzCon is invited, and all of you at home are invited to join in by listening to our free, yes, free stream. But that is not all. Not by any stretch of the imagination, because we have exclusive interviews coming for you, and many, many more to be announced, with the likes of Zabu from the Guild, and Richard A. Knack, the famous Warcraft author, as well as many, many more developer interviews, celebrities, machinimators, esports players, personalities from around the WoW and general gaming community. They will be a part of our broadcasting. They will be on air. They will be telling you what you want to hear. We'll be asking the questions that you want answered. But that isn't all. No, of course not. Because that would be weak. That would only be half-hearted. And we don't do things by halves on this station. Not under my watch. Not a chance. Because, of course, we will also be bringing you live blogging, impromptu podcasting, and some video footage. Yes, indeed, high-definition video footage on our brand new Directors Ustream and YouTube channels, which are available on the front page at WCRadio.com. Yes, indeed, WCRadio.com. Go check it out. There's our YouTube page. There's our Twitter to track exactly what we are going to be doing, and our Ustream page where we will be broadcasting some live video footage. Oh, yes. And that's not all, of course. Many a fan favourite. They all love Railvass. Railvass, one of the hosts of Warcraft Anonymous that has sadly been off air for a little while. He'll be doing his BlizzCon video journal and providing it for you, and it's invariably going to be awesome. But that is not all, because we've got an exclusive show from Fatty, the winner of the 2009 WoW Idol competition. She's calling it the Faticalism. I can only imagine the degrees of epic that are going to be going into that one. Yes, I did just say epic. And that isn't all, of course, because those who donated to our donation drive will get to see the staff duel and pies in the face live streaming on Ustream. It will be fantastic. There'll be photos, there'll be video, there'll be blogging. It will be the most complete coverage. It will be the most professional coverage. It will be the best commentary. We don't just report the news. We make the news, folks. We debate the news. We commentate the news. We do the punditry. And we talk over everything you could possibly want to hear. Excited yet? I know I am. Oh yes. Yes indeed. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. You are not going to have to pay a penny for this coverage. It's all happening on the front page of WCRadio.com. Everything will be available for podcast download after the fact. Absolutely everything. Everything will be available on the live stream, streaming all the time. You'll be able to hear whatever you want, whenever you want, with all your favourite hosts. It'll be awesome. So I would strongly suggest, folks, that you keep your eyes on WCRadio.com. Yes, indeed, that is WCRadio.com. And you will get the best BlizzCon coverage, without a shadow of a doubt. Gonna be great. Personally, I'm looking forward to hearing what Blizzard has to say. There's a lot of interesting panels, I must say. If you've checked out the schedule, which is available on the BlizzCon page, you go to BlizzCon.com, you check out events, you can see the schedule. There's a number of things which are rather interesting and that I am personally wanting to have a look at. I'm intrigued by the whole affair. Yes, and if you look at the schedule right now, you will see exactly what it is that I am talking about. There is an interesting panel called WoW Preview. WoW Preview. Now that could be really interesting. I think that that's where they're going to be unleashing the vast majority of the secrets. Obviously, we have the big announcement coming in the opening ceremony, which may or may not be the new expansion pack. But yes, the World of Warcraft Preview panel that'll be going on early in the first day. That's 12:30 to 1:30 PST. And we're, of course, going to be sending our guys over there, and they'll be coming back to talk about it. We've got a World of Warcraft classes, items, and professions panel. Indeed, we have two of those. So they're merging it all into one. It's going to be a big cavalcade of fantastic, I hope. Lots of great information coming out there. And, of course, the WoW game systems, i.e. the mechanics within WoW. I'm really interested to see that one on the Saturday. That's August the 22nd at 11:30 to 12:30 PST. And last, but of course by no means least, the WoW Dungeons and Raids panel at 1 PM to 2 PM. That's where the magic happens, folks. That's where the good stuff is going to be. That's where the meat that I'm going to be ripping apart for the next couple of months is going to be coming from. Oh, I'm salivating just thinking about it. Delicious. Delicious. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Total Biscuit. You are listening to Blue Please here on WoW Radio. When we come back after the break, it's a cataclysm. They think... and indeed, I think they broke it! Blind Guardian, Mirror Mirror. I'll be right back after this. Enjoy.